Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you are, if you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube while you're at it, hit that like button. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. We just want to go ahead and brighten up the place. So let's get into this conversation. I wanted to talk about Megan Good and Jonathan Majors because, you know, it's not a requirement. I get it. It's not a requirement that people who are in the public eye, who are celebrities, if they are in a relationship and they start dating, it's not a requirement to come out and make a statement. I get that. It really is none of our business who any of these people date. So there's that as well. But when they are in the public eye and when they have a lot of stuff going on, it just normal curiosity, as well as there is a huge industry that people report on celebrities and what they're doing, who they're dating, who they broke up with, who they're engaged to, who they're getting married to, if they're having a new child or whatever, going through a divorce, separating. All of that stuff becomes news. And now with social media, because before social media was a thing, there was e-news, there was extra, there were all of these different outlets that would report on celebrities. It's an industry. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, even me just sharing content about it, I don't consider myself being in that genre because I don't just talk about celebrities, but I'm just saying it's a huge industry. So Megan Good, who is a celebrity, an actress, we definitely have known her for many years, being a child actress to now being an adult. We have known about her relationship with her now ex-husband because it became public knowledge because one, a lot of people were questioning even that when she got into a relationship with her now ex-husband who was a pastor. And he divorced her. I don't know if it was mutual, but I think she really wanted to be with him. A lot of people felt like it was a mismatch, but a lot of times opposites do attract. So I don't see that as something that is uncommon. But what I will say is when it comes to this alleged relationship between Megan Good and Jonathan Majors, that just seems like a huge mismatch. And I have said it before and I'll say it again that it is possible that the the fight between Jonathan Majors and his then girlfriend, who he has charges on him for because of what happened between the two of them, could have been, I'm not saying it's her fault, but it could have been Megan Good who was the one that was sending him a text message or text messages or calling his phone, and the girlfriend at the time happened to see it. But that's one of the reasons why the relationship doesn't seem real. One of the reasons, because why was he with that chick if he was dating Megan? I don't think Megan would be okay with that. Do you? Just my personal thoughts. You can let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. But with that being said, now that he's going through what he's going through, and based on the history and the things that have been brought out about him, it doesn't really appear that he was the type of guy that was even into or dating African American women. Let's just be honest. Not even saying that a lot of African American women may have even been into him based on if you saw images of him. I'm going to pull up this post. I'm going to share it with you guys on Instagram. So let me go to share my screen. All right, guys. So you see this post here, and it's on the neighborhood talk, and it says, "Aw, Jonathan Majors and Megan Good share a kiss at Disneyland with heart eyes emoji." Listen, if you look here, it just looks staged. it doesn't look authentic, it really doesn't. Listen, I'm not saying that he can't be gentle and she can't be sweet and every kiss has to be, you know, your man tonguing you down. I'm not saying all of that, and I get it. You're out in the public. Not everyone is up for public displays of affection, especially if it is that graphic. So I get that. But he doesn't strike me as the most gentle of creatures, if you get my drift. So if you look, I mean, it looks like the lip is curled up. She looks like here, it looks like her lips are curled up. Even if you don't have an open mouth kiss, it's mm, like a just like a little peck. He has his hand around her, or just right above her wrist on her arm, and it just doesn't look authentic in my personal opinion. And then he's right here, he's like gently touching her chin. This just looks like, in my opinion, it looks like PR for him to try to display a different image of himself based on what has come out about him being fairly aggressive. I don't know if all of the growth that he has experienced over the years in his body with his muscles and being buff and all that stuff is just him purely working out in the gym, or it may have been some roid rage. But alleged people are saying that he was not the most gentle of creatures. Let's just say it. That's what people have said. So I'm only saying what other people have said about him that either used to work with him or was in school with him or whatever, maybe used to be friends of his. And then some people may say, oh, they're just haters. They're just mad because he came out on the top. Whatever. That's what people are saying about him. And based on the allegations about what he did allegedly to his now ex girlfriend, I'm saying even if I wasn't in the space with them, it seems believable because if he had his hand on her neck, because they were saying that there were marks on her neck, I don't think she did that to herself. I don't. He has some pretty big hands. So if he was trying to straighten her out or get her together or whatever, you don't have to beat somebody down with your fists for it to be aggressive and abusive. He could have just grabbed her in an aggressive way and caused her to pass out because that's allegedly what happened. So for her hand to be here gently on his thigh, his hand gently caressing her chin, the pecking here, it just doesn't look believable. So I'm going to read some of the comments here. Someone says grip seems a little tight around that wrist or whatever. And I said that. Another one says, one thing I've learned is never change who you are for nobody because there's no formula to this life and we're all just freestyling because on paper, you cannot go from the church to the courthouse and tell me that was the better decision. So another one says, why is it every time a black celeb that is known for dating white women get caught up in some crap, they pop out with a black woman? Megan better be getting paid like Lori does. And I didn't feel like logging in to see some of the other comments, but listen, it just doesn't look believable in my personal opinion when it comes to this alleged relationship. I'm not saying that they had to come out and make a statement that we are dating, but it seems to me that because of other people coming out and saying that they're dating, and then she is showing up with him for these, I believe, set up, arranged paparazzi shoots, and then you're showing up with him in the courthouse, and the paparazzi, they're getting images and footage of that. It all to me just looks like he is trying to repair his image, save his career. And I get it. When you're trying to save your career, you're going to do what you got to do. You're going to do whatever you can try to do. I understand trying to save yourself, but don't pee on us and tell us that it's raining because this just does not look real. It just, based on all of the circumstances, all of the scenarios, everything, you put all of those things together, it just doesn't seem believable. Because if she was already dating him, why was he riding with her? Why were you in a tussle with her? You know, what's the deal? If you just wanted to break up with her, you didn't have to be with her. You didn't have to be in the car with her. You didn't have to be out with her. They were out together. He was dating that chick. I don't believe that Megan would immediately get with him right after all of that if he was in a relationship with someone else. So that's, amongst other things, that's why I'm saying that it just looks unbelievable. It doesn't seem real. It really just seems like it's a PR relationship. Again, it's none of our business. I get that. But because they're putting it out here, people have questions. And because people have questions, a lot of people want answers. We may not be bound to know the truth or it's any of our business. We may not deserve to know the truth, but we can definitely speculate. And that's what a lot of us are doing. And a lot of the speculation is that this is something that was set up by PR. She's getting a bag for it. And they're hopeful that he can come out on top because the news also came out recently that he's now countersuing her. I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, I'm assuming it's criminal, but I don't know if they're going to press any charges against her for her abusing him. I really don't see it working that way. And I definitely don't see him suing her civilly because what does she have that he could get? So I just believe that all of this, from him wanting to now press charges against the ex-girlfriend to this relationship with Megan, allegedly, that this is all, in my personal opinion, stuff that he's doing to try to salvage his career, his image, and it's just not looking real. It really doesn't. And I don't know Megan, don't know Jonathan, but I I do believe that she did love her ex-husband, and the way that that situation faltered, I believe that there is some resentment and hurt there. And so things like this, it's kind of easy for her to do as more of a rebound situation versus it being anything legitimate. So I just don't see it. I really don't. But you guys can let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth. I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.